Red Band coming to you live from the Comedy Store for a brand new episode of Kill Tony Volume 2. Give it up for Tony Hinchcliffe.
Wow. Boy, oh boy, what an exciting episode of Kill Tony we have ahead of you.
Yeah, well.
This is the long-awaited episode 35 of Kill Tony. And what an exciting week it's been. We did Getting Dug with High on Wednesday. Me, Red Band, and the Iron Patriot.
Yes. If you guys don't know him, he's this guy.
Yep.
This is him right here. Little Iron Patriot.
It's him.
Hi.
This is his, there we are. That's his doll. The man has a doll.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was an exciting week. And then, as you can tell, for the first time since episode 1, there is no Iron Patriot here.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, no, Brian.
Whoops, no.
I get a phone call while I'm having coffee doing some writing the day after Getting Dug with High, and the Iron Patriot quit Kill Tony in a stunning turn of events. The Iron Patriot's words were he's gotten too big for the show, that when I'm ready to move on to Comedy Central or Jash, that he'll be waiting for my phone call. But until we are up to a higher production quality and not on the Death Squad network, he will not be working with the show. These were his words. At which point, I'm on the sidewalk. I took the call inside the coffee shop. At this point, after that, I'm on the sidewalk yelling like a crazy man. And I was thinking, you know how that you have that third eye that's sort of like, man, I bet you one of these cars driving by right now is going to see me yelling like a crazy man, which I never am doing. But there's a point when he's telling me all of this, you know, a guy who we've sort of had a bond, you know.
Just the night before, actually, I saw his cute little flip phone that he had, and because he was using MapQuest that he printed out on paper, and it had failed him, and he was 15 minutes or 10 minutes late to this, you know, meeting to go to Doug's podcast.
Right, and there was a car to pick us up, and he was using a printed paper map.
Yeah. So we asked him about it. We saw that he had, you know, a old, you know, flip phone. For being such an advanced robot, his phone.
Yeah.
I think it was the E815 Motorola, if you guys know what that is.
And we also noticed that when he was he was having trouble parallel parking. But then the thing that really stood out was the Patriot has this thing where he slams car doors really hard.
Yeah, I think there's a couple theories. I think he wears the armor all day, so when he's out of the armor, he's very strong. Because he's slamming the doors like you're fighting with an ex-girlfriend.
I mean, it's a very standout problem. It's not like we're like trying to find something. Like you could hear this door slam from far away. And I noticed it when he got out of his car. So he gets out of his car and he closes his door. He has to open the back door in the trunk to get these giant bags out with this suit. And anyway, it ends up being that when he gets in the SUV, he slams the door when he's getting in cars.
The Uber driver got out of his car. He's like, "Hey man, what's going on?"
Right.
And like,
so then when we get to the place, he gets out of the car and the driver goes, "Hey, I'll help you with your bags." And the Patriot goes, "Yeah, I'd really like that." But the way he said it sort of sounded condescending. And then he slams his door really hard. Yeah. So the driver's like, "What the fuck's up with this asshole?"
Yeah.
Anyway, but. Look, I've always looked past the little things. That's no big deal.
Like giving.
Forget his car door problem. Forget the fact that he's had a dog lick ice cream off of his genitalia.
Yeah. Several times.
You know, there's a lot of things that we've talked about with him on this show that I can look past. But what I ended up yelling at him about on that sidewalk was a thing of loyalty and, you know. He was basically saying that he didn't want to work with you or the Death Squad network anymore.
Yeah, me. The guy that offered him a cell phone for $500. I got a brand new cell phone. I'm not going to use it. And I saw his little phone. I was going to just give him the phone. A couple weeks ago, I was promoting his CD on iTunes. Just no reason. I have no reason to do this. I'm just trying to help him out.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying to the Patriot, was that he's insane for that you'll never be able to build relationships in any form of show business if you burn each bridge that you go to. So the next day, that day that he quit, not even an hour later, I'm in communication with Doug Benson, who says the Iron Patriot just asked if he could be a regular on my show. At which Doug replied, I could see the response time was so fast. It was so fast. And he goes, no chance of that happening.
Yeah.
It was funny because it was a one-time thing.
Yeah.
And, Patriots always hinted at wanting to jump ship. I guess I always truly deep inside thought it was a joke, but there you go. He's done it. And a lot of, the crazy thing is, 2 weeks ago I was at Target, and this tweet's still out there in the universe. I found this little Iron Patriot mask, and I go, wow, $7 clearance. It says Iron Patriot. But I tweeted out that he's irreplaceable. And, next thing you know, he quits on me. But luckily...
Simulation theory, don't you think, a little?
I think so, because I bought the mask. I bought the mask, and I'm like, this is fine, just in case we ever want to do anything silly. I'll have this mask. Yeah. So then he quit, but I don't know if he's that irreplaceable. We're going to give it a shot. Ladies and gentlemen, Red Band and I would like to introduce to you Iron Josh, everybody. Wow. Holy shit. Wow, Iron Josh.
Sorry, there's not an Iron Patriot to fix your mic for you right now. So let me fix this because you got a little bit better sound system. There you go.
Iron Josh, how's it going, man?
I'm just trying to lead these new Avengers to friendship.
I don't think your machine's on. Let's see. Nope. You gotta fix your.
I believe he said that he'd like to lead these new Avengers into friendship.
Here, I gotta take out your voice snake. I gotta turn this on for you, brother. There, maybe. This is an official product now.
I'm guessing this isn't a $5,000 suit from Norway.
No, this is our penis microphone snake. Yeah, you just can put it in your pants and talk anytime. It's adjustable for any heights.
Check.
Yeah, it's on. You just gotta put it near your penis. There. That's good, right there.
It looks great. Iron Josh, how's it going?
I feel great. I feel like it's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Huge upgrade.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for your penis speaker pump there.
I'm just.
Maybe you could just hold it to your mouth the whole time.
Let's hear one of your famous catchphrases, Iron Josh.
I already said one.
You have any other ones?
All the knowledge in the universe can just be found on Wikipedia. Just look it up.
There you go.
And very helpful.
Yeah.
Unlike most of the time, that actually was a very helpful hint.
Yeah, totally. Fuck yeah. Well, how exciting.
You know what, Iron Josh? This costume doesn't seem as realistic without a chest light. So let me just turn on your chest light right there.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, how are you alive, Tony Stark? Or wait, who are you? Who are you actually, the Iron Patriot?
I'm... What?
What?
Oh, you've said so many weeks before that actually you're not Tony Stark, that inside your costume is actually a villain from the Marvel Universe. Who is it?
Osmond.
That is true. He did say that about a week or two ago, that the Iron Patriot turns bad at one point.
And
then he ends up like trying to fuck everybody over.
Fun fact, he said
Son
that
of a
over
bitch.
72 times.
Yeah, Osborn.
Osborn.
Yeah.
Did you take the bus here tonight, Iron Josh?
No, I can take this off and put it on.
Wait, can you try to sit down on this stool right here on the stage? How hard is it for you to sit?
Wow. I've never seen...
Wow.
Wow.
Isn't that nice, guys? You can stand.
That must have cost more than $5,000.
Yeah, you need to get to the speaker.
Yeah, get to the
Iron
microphone.
Josh.
You still have the same lack of common sense, I see.
Like I said, it's an upgrade.
Fuck yeah.
From the original Iron Patron.
Wow.
I look great.
So we've got the Iron Josh. We've explained to I think a great enough deal about the Patriot. So that's where we stand with that.
Yep.
We'll let you know any updates.
You know what? I think every week we're going to upgrade our own our head of security. So that I think by the next next volume, that we'll have a better Iron Patriot than anyone in the world.
I would bet.
After we upgrade this shit using some fucking help from T-shirt sales or stickers.
Well, we've got that out of the way. What do you guys say we bring up our guest, huh?
Tony. One second.
Wait, what's that?
Can I go use the restroom real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There you go, the Iron Josh.
Iron Josh.
Luckily, we have yet another replacement for even him. Iron Mervis is here, everybody. Put your hands together for Iron Mervis. Fuck yeah. Wow, look at this.
So wait a second. He can... That is interesting.
Wow. Holy shit. That is unbelievable.
Oh, whoa. The old Patriot couldn't do that. He just flailed his arms and stuff like he had a nervous twitch. This guy is totally emotional, and you can drink as much water as you want, and I bet you can sit down on that stool as much as you want.
Wow, look at that. That is just a mask on hair.
That's amazing.
This is like if Patriot and Thor had a baby.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Well, let's get this.
This is the
party
iron
started.
deficiency Patriot right here. Anyway, fuck yeah. Put your hands together for our guests tonight, everybody. Two guys that I'm pals with. We've done the road together. Really hilarious guys. You know them from their TV shows and podcasts. Put your hands together for Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. Wow. Fuck yes. Hell yeah, guys.
Wow.
Fuck yes.
All right.
Welcome to Kill Tony. This is
Thank
both
you.
of your
Wow,
first
man.
time.
Wait.
The Iron Josh is back. One more time for the Iron Mervis, everybody.
Nice.
Really good. How much was that? The outfit.
Like 25,000.
25,000.
Mostly because you can make this sound effect.
You make that?
Wow, that's nice.
We went to a kid's party and they had a Spider-Man show up, and it was just a dude in a Spider-Man outfit like this. And one of the dads in the back goes, "Spider-Man's not wearing under." And you could totally see his dick.
Heck yeah. Patriot, Iron Josh, do you have any questions for our guests?
I actually do have some guests. I've been researching the two of you, like I do every week. I have a question for Tom. Apparently you have a fetish for, you love poop, I hear. And, you like poop. And, what's the deal with the Bristol stool chart with you?
What's the deal?
Yeah. Do you like it? What is it?
Do you mean like how
I
did
don't
I
know
come
what
up
it
with
is.
it?
I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's a thing I devised that the medical world has taken to. That there's 7 different types of shit. That
This
you
is
shit out of
interesting.
you.
I remember learning about this with you at
Yeah.
at a Nice House Chronicles.
The Eskimos have 100 different words for snowflake, and Tom's got 7 different words for shit.
Yeah.
What's your
Iron
shit?
Man, it's not. I did not make it up. It's from the medical world, and it was developed in the UK. And basically, like 1, 2, and 3 are super hard constipated shits. Really, 1 and 2 are. You don't want those. Those are bloody and like ones you really like when you hold the side of the bowl and you're really, really straining. 3 and 4 are desirable.
The kind where you got to suck them back in and break it up inside you.
Exactly.
And push it back out.
3 and 4 slide out.
I'm going to chew this a little longer.
5's a little looser, and then 6 is not good. It's a real mess, and 7 is you're going to the hospital probably. A lot of water. Did I sufficiently answer that for you?
I guess.
Okay. I don't know why.
Mine, Josh doesn't poop, so I don't know why I'm asking you that question, though.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear my question.
Bert, your question is, apparently you was on a TV show called Bert the Conqueror.
You was on that?
I was on it.
Yes, the host of it. What is your favorite roller coaster in the States?
In this state?
In the United States.
To explain to the audience, I think you said, what's your favorite roller coaster?
I had a show called Bert the Conqueror on Travel Channel where I rode roller coasters.
A lot of viewers. Big show. What type of kids love the show the most? What type? Tell them.
Little kids.
With what?
Stop.
Why?
Stop. I'm not talking. I tell you secrets.
It's tall kids, guys.
It's tall kids. God damn it, dude. Fucking.
Super tall kids.
Shut the fuck up.
If you're super tall, you can get on. If you're a little short kid, you're not allowed on.
God damn it.
Guys.
So, my favorite roller coaster, my honest favorite roller coaster is a roller coaster, like, honestly, and I hate to be, but is a one called the Diamondback in Ohio.
Oh, yeah. Cedar Point.
Yeah, no.
Kings Island.
Kings Island. Kings Island's got my favorite roller coaster. If you ride in the way back and you don't touch anything, it's just a waist restraint. I hate to be this, but I did this for a living, but it's a lot of fucking fun. Really good roller coaster.
Did you go on the I think it was called the Mean Streak at Cedar Point? It's the wooden roller coaster.
I rode all the roller coasters at Cedar Point.
How is that roller coaster legal? Because that shit beats you up. Like, if you have a baby, you don't have one after that.
Well, not a lot of pregnant people ride roller coasters, Brian.
Right.
Actually, none.
No.
Ride roller coasters.
What if
no
you don't
pregnant
know?
woman,
Right, you
9
don't
months
know.
pregnant, goes, I want to get in the back seat. Really fucking put a hurt to this kid.
It's
Did
cheaper
you ever
than
ride
Planned
the Beast?
Parenthood. What?
The Beast in Kings Island?
That's the one ride
The
that
Beast
ever
is a
hurt
monster.
me.
My neck's still fucked up for the Beast.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
I've done Cedar Point almost, up until a few years ago. I was going like every year of my life. I mean, when you live in Ohio, it's just sort of something you do in the summer.
Well, really
one time I went to Kings Island, the only one time I rode the Beast, and my neck was fucked up.
My neck's still fucked up. And then, I'm one of the few people that ever had a rollback on Top Thrill Dragster. I almost got stuck on the top.
Whoa.
It's actually a pretty fucking fascinating video. It's on TV. We shot it for TV on accident, but we got shot up at 120 miles an hour, and then you go up like 410 feet, and at the top, it stopped. It was just the wrong amount of time to wait for the compression to send us.
Wow.
And we got stuck, and I fucking lost my shit.
How long were you up there for?
Not very long, because I started thrashing around like a mental patient. And I was going, fuck you, fuck you! And then it rolled backwards.
Were there like any?
No, there was no
tall kids?
there were no tall kids, Tom.
Oh, okay. Not like super tall, like 6 footers or anything?
I feel there's no tall kids.
I love it. Well, before we get started, we just needed to cover one more thing. A fan of the Death Squad, Yuck Nasty, over the last few weeks, Yuck Nasty on Twitter, we found out that his house burned down, and he has a kid and a wife, and the house burned down, and the Death Squad fans got together to raise a very hefty amount of money for him and his family. And one of the things that we did here on Kill Tony is we actually donated the actual Kill Tony sword from the last 34 episodes for auction to raise more money. And we did that, and we gave it away because one of our biggest friends of the show, Waterboxer, was nice enough to exchange that sword with a sword that he made. He makes all the heavy majority of the awesome fan art that you see on the show, and he made a brand new Kill Tony sword that replaces that one. As whoever the lucky buyer is of the other one will get that.
Wait, is
So-
Waterboxer here tonight?
Yes.
Yeah,
Where is he?
He's right
Here
there.
he is.
I see you on
Come
the
get
Twitter all
this,
the time.
Waterboxer. Take a bow, buddy. It's your great work that made that possible. So that's super cool that we were able to help out a friend of the network.
Waterboxer, bricks and bullets.
You're Bricks and Bullets?
Whoa, bricks and bullets.
Shut the
What's
fuck up. It's so
yeah.
bizarre to fucking like.
Yeah.
Bricks and Bullets.
It is.
Oh my god.
You can get Twitter starstruck.
I've seen you on Twitter before.
It is wild that we just go by those names now. Like Yuck Nasty's house burned down, so Waterboxer helped us out.
Yuck Nasty definitely sounds like a black rapper from Florida. Yuck Nasty? Is
Yeah.
He, is he?
He's a white non-rapper from Green Bay. The opposite.
Well, I don't fucking believe you.
MC Cheese.
MC Cheese?
All right.
Spoiled Smoker. Do you know that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all these. That's so crazy.
Oh, yeah.
These names
Oh,
are
yeah.
like, they're like, I see the name and I go, oh, hey, I know him, but I don't really know anybody.
Yeah.
But I feel like I fucking know them.
Right,
I called
right.
into their show. They were doing a 24-hour podcast.
so did I.
I was in Paris. I called in, and then I ended up spending a dickload of money on a fucking long-distance phone call, drunk, talking to them on the phone, and one of the guys on the phone was the guy, Mike Maxwell,
Yeah.
that does all the art.
How they are
Yeah.
for
It's fucking bizarre.
higher primate and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Waterboxer was on that call, right? Oh, cool. Hell yeah. So what do you guys say we get it started, everybody? It's Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Volume 2 starts tonight. Episode 35. Stronger than ever. You guys know how the show goes.
Yeah, why don't you let
30
Tom explain it?
Over
I don't
30
know.
comedians signed up tonight for the opportunity just to get pulled out of the bucket to do 1 minute. And comedians, you know that your time of a minute is up when you hear the brand new Volume 2 Sound of a Kitty. Aww. How adorable. So that's your light. That's when you know your time's up. So you might as well stop there, because if you keep running your sound effect, you're going to bring out the brand new Volume 2 Angry West Hollywood Bear. Holy shit. Oh my God.
Wow.
I said holy shit when it was halfway through.
That sounds like me taking a shit, Iron Man.
That's a big one. Wow.
Let's
That's
point
powerful.
something out,
Yeah.
just so people know this, because this is, you signed up for this shit. Like,
Right.
If you get your name, well, I would never give you unsolicited advice. Okay?
Yes.
There's nothing
It's very
more
good.
annoying than any comedian being like, you know what you should fucking tag with.
Right.
And you're like, not your ideas. So like, just you fucking want this, right? Everybody
Right.
who signed
Absolutely.
up. Cool.
Definitely.
I probably have nothing for you, but
So you guys ready to get this started? Here we go. You guys know the story. We're rolling in with our brand new Iron head of security.
Are you doing okay,
like I should get-
Iron Josh? Are you getting? Are you hot in there? Is your legs? Because you can sit down if you want to take. Sit down for.
I might take a sit down.
Yeah, just take a little sit down.
Hey, Iron Josh, can I get a double Kettle One on the rocks?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll get that for you.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah.
See, the old Iron Patriot would never have done that.
Right.
Got drinks for Bert Kreischer.
It almost seems like Josh was like the runaround producer of the show up until tonight.
Yeah,
Like we're really working double duty.
yeah.
Okay, here we go. Your first comedian doing stand-up for a minute tonight goes by the name of Nick Babbitt.
So I grew up on a ranch in Arizona. There wasn't a lot for a kid like me to get into out there. See, I've never been very athletic, and I've always had a terrible ear for music. The earbuds really never quite stay in. They always fall out. So sports and music off the table, I was forced to pursue other more talentless hobbies, like whittling. I wasn't the best in my county, but I can definitely hold my own. If you give me a knife and a tree branch, I could probably make you like a drumstick, a magic wand, maybe a prison shank. At the very least, a slightly smaller tree branch. Whittling's a very useful skill to acquire. unless, of course, you already have an innate ability to peel a potato, in which case feel free to forego 4 years of wood chips and tears. Hey, look, I'm not gay. There's only so many things a tree branch is shaped like.
Oh my. Okay. Fuck yeah. Whittling.
You know, the good thing is no one's using that subject.
Yeah.
You own that territory right now.
Totally. Yeah. Like, if anybody's ever like, hey, you know that guy with the whittle bit? People be like, you're talking about Nick Babbitt.
Hey, do you know what's funny is I've been in Arizona, and at a lot of the craft shops, they actually sell straight up whittling kits.
Yeah.
He knows. He's the whittler. You've heard of the
Pinocchio
Riddler.
penis?
This is the...
What?
A Pinocchio penis?
Yeah.
How long you been doing stand-up?
About a year and a half.
Oh, man. Fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very
That's
like.
really
I would have
You-
opened with the not gay thing.
You've...
That made me laugh really hard because I saw your hair and I was like, fuck, I'd love to have that hair.
Totally. Yeah. I wasn't necessarily thinking you were gay. I was actually thinking this while listening to you. You come across to me sort of as like the type of straight guy who dances on pop videos that bangs all the girls, but everybody thinks would be gay. It's sort of a half compliment. It's pretty good. It's a good thing to be. Do you ever dance? Do you break dance?
No.
Damn, you look like you would know how to break dance.
No.
It's not something I assume most people do. I'm just, there's something about you that just says break dancing.
Yeah, I
to
could
me.
see you escorting and stuff.
Whittling and breakdancing?
So wait, what were the things you couldn't do that were very Arizona? Listen to music or be a ranch hand?
Well, just my natural talents aren't music and sports.
And sports.
Or hating Mexicans? You could put that in because I think everyone in Arizona pretty much hates Mexicans.
Yeah, well, I'm Mexican.
It's even
There,
better
that's
that
even
way.
better. That
Yeah,
really
nice.
works now. So you're really good at hating Mexicans. Are you really Mexican? Can I see you with your hat off? This is turn. I don't like where this is going.
Bird's got a
Do you just have a
boner.
great head or hair?
You want me to take my hat off?
I'd love to.
Oh, he's getting
Shake it off.
serious.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa!
Fuck
Holy
that.
shit!
Fuck
Oh my
that.
god!
What the fuck is going on
This
here?
guy's got the head of a centaur.
Wow.
God.
Like,
damn.
where do you keep your horse body?
Kid Icarus grew up.
You and your brothers should have started a band.
Oh, the Iron Josh is back.
Oh, there he is. Fuck yeah. The Iron Waitress, everybody. Wow. Fuck yeah.
I like. How long do we do this for?
This is as long as we feel it.
I liked I didn't get the earbud joke, but then like when you started your next joke, then I was like, oh, that joke's over, and then I got it, and I liked that it was that it wasn't a big, you know.
Well, yeah, I think that wasn't like my key joke, so I mean that's why I didn't really hit it very hard. I mean, I probably could have emphasized ear and then waited, but
Just should.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
fucking gonna be bad at this.
hey, wait
I'm
a
gonna
second.
get drunk.
I have an idea. Hey, Josh, you were downstairs for most of that, weren't you?
Yes.
Okay. So do me a favor. Hey, what's the name of that? What's the name of that Batman villain that asks all the questions?
The Riddler?
Bet
Okay, forget it. First time you've sounded out an R properly in your entire life, and it's the time that it ruins my joke. Normally he has a speech impediment where his R's sound like W's, so I was trying to get him to organically say the Whittler. But it didn't work out.
If you're in England, you can pun the fuck up out of that joke. They love puns.
Oh yeah, Whittler on the roof?
Yeah. Oh, I'm Bet Whittler. I'm so good.
Bet Whittler.
Yeah, Bet Whittler. Whittle me this, Batman. Like they love that shit.
Right.
Not that you're going to.
You know, you could also just not do any of those.
It's so
No,
awesome.
you gotta trust your instinct because
Yeah.
no, you're really funny.
Yeah.
You have funny jokes. You just gotta. How often do you get on stage?
like once a week.
There you go. That's if you do that more, that shit'll be like second nature to you. Yeah, definitely,
Cool.
man.
Yeah.
And
was really
hey,
good.
man, you're beautiful for real, man. Thanks.
Yeah, you have confidence and a look, and if you're doing 1 day a week for a year and a half, you're way. You've gone a long way in a whittle amount of time. So, thank you, Nick Babbitt, everybody. There he goes. We got one down.
No Twitter, no
Yeah.
nothing.
No
the
Twitter
record-
handle on you,
Dude.
Nick Babbitt?
We gotta fuck that.
You're
guy
not on
later,
Twitter?
you and me.
Yikes.
All right.
Gorgeous.
Fuck
I
yeah.
guess.
What do you think? Do you think we can get him to?
What are you doing over there?
I'm gonna get his number.
For those of you tuning into the other podcast that's being recorded right
He's
now,
my
that's
private
between-
Idaho.
Yeah. I mean, all the things you can do to him.
It looks like the West Hollywood Bears are here.
I love how this patriot just sits down and relaxes and watches the show.
It's taking the load off.
It's so much less noisy too. None of the twitching. Fuck yeah.
You sure
Hey,
got a lot of drink left.
let me ask you guys something. Do you remember when you first started comedy? Did you have like a joke or something that you were
Jacking
you'd
off in
be-
a cheeseburger.
You'd be embarrassed. You already have it.
A very elaborate storytelling of me seriously jacking off into a cheeseburger one time.
Wow.
And it was me, and the person that followed me was Dimitri Martin, and he literally did like a, like it was like I was aggressive with it, and I sold it, and I don't know if people were laughing at that, they thought I was making it up. It was a real story, and then I was like, and this is a real story. I jacked off in a cheeseburger because it was warm, and then I know I don't do it because of that, but and then this guy that ended up beating me up. Pulled up next to me right as and I was in a car. Oh, I was in a car. I should have told you that the whole time. No, I don't do the joke. Let's just. That's it.
That's hilarious.
Would this was like your early big time closer?
This was my.
You're like,
machine
got the
story?
light? Hold on, here we go. I was
Guys.
fucking
Anyone ever
ordered
jack off in
double
a cheeseburger? Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Fucking. That was it.
How about you, Tom? You have something that you did back in the day that you can't believe that you did?
All gold. I don't have it. So many. Where
I
should we
can tell you
start?
some of his.
There one
Guy had a lion.
Oh, that's not that old. I had one like it was really original. It was like, but like guys are more outspoken with how much they like filthy, dirty things. They're like, I eat ass, but the girl will play shy. It killed pretty hard.
He's underselling it. He's really like. Ah.
Yeah. It was it was very cool also to do in front of like more established people who are like, it's really funny, man. It's nice. and then their first 5 minutes would be about like, hey, how about that last guy's fucking closer? What a fucking asshole he is. And I was like, you like me or you didn't? I don't understand. That was a pretty bad one. There's a bunch. I don't think we need to.
There's a bunch.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had that answer before where people are like, I have a long list.
There's a lot.
We
of
can't even
stuff.
get to it.
There's a lot of stuff I've said you don't want to hear. Let's just leave it
Yeah.
at that.
I love it.
All right, sorry I was honest.
How exciting. No, it was great.
Like that.
Ooh, here we are. Stephanie Barber, everybody. It's Stephanie Barber. She's coming. Here she is. Stephanie Barber, everybody. Put your hands together one more time for Stephanie.
So I get my fair share of dick pics, which I like because it's a lot like window shopping with none of the commitment to buy. But guys, do us ladies a favor. Maybe you could step it up a little bit, get a little bit more creative. I'm sick of getting the same headless dick pics from guys. Maybe you could be a little bit more like my ex-boyfriend. He used to do really cool things like backlight his penis. It looked just like Darth Vader. We called it Dick Vader. Those jokes were endless. He did other things like, and I suggest you guys try this in your own personal life, even if you don't have anybody to send it to. Get 2 mirrors, put one in the front, one behind, drop that dick right in between, and boom, you've got a dickmatizing picture. Excuse me. I call it Dickfinity. It's literally an infinite sea of dick. It goes on for fucking ever. That's it.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Stephanie Barber. Hell yeah.
I think you have actually the part I like the most about the bit is when you say like the statement you could get more original with what you send me. Like that opens you up to go so many places that, you know, you're setting yourself up for all the creative things somebody could do. That's like I mean, like you said, the Dick Vader thing, there's 1,000 of those that you can try every time you do that bit. Like you should literally do it like a checklist and see what's the response to the one. You know, like you say that so many of the dicks are headless, right? What did you say?
Yeah, headless dick pics.
Headless dick pics.
You mean with our heads or the dick's heads? Because I got
That's
lost.
what I thought,
was
too.
like, I was like, who doesn't put the head of their dick in it?
No,
That's
no,
what I
This looks like a forearm.
I thought it was a fucking shaft pic too. I
Right.
was like,
It's a shaft pick.
I was like, who's sending
Oh,
shaft
I got
pics?
shafted.
yes. I was like, you know what? I'll start sending dick pics if you just have to use the shaft. Yeah.
Who's that man?
I had to break this pic into 4 pics. My panorama wasn't working. Shaft, head.
That's actually like a fucking amazing bit.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's her bit.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
We can share it.
I'm going to show you how hacky I am right now. Because this is what's really bothering me. Is that the advice I'm giving you is bad advice. I fucking... But when you said, I thought there was a joke going to come. And look, just because I thought a joke was going to show up then doesn't mean that's the right time to put it in or this angle. But when you're like, my ex-boyfriend used to get really creative with it, I thought you were going to say because he was white and he had to. Because then when you said he wasn't, I assumed he was black the whole time.
That's on you.
I know. No, yeah, I know. Yeah. No, I'm well aware of that. But like, I thought that's where you're gonna go with it. So you could add something like that, like he had to get really creative. I don't know. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I just feel like, first of all, definitely these headless dick pics.
Yeah.
The whole shaft angle is
Right.
definitely a go. But the other thing is like, you're
Yeah.
setting
Who's my pussy? Ichabod Crane?
you're setting yourself up to
Ichabod
try a
Shaft.
lot of jokes
The headless dick
with
pic.
the line of "I wish they would get more creative." And like, so that's like, I always felt like those are the most fun jokes when you come up with that and you're not married to the joke. You can
Planking. Just a hard dick. Just a hard dick. Planking.
Oh my god.
listen to him.
Yes. Yes.
I like it
Absolutely.
though. I like that you're talking about that.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's really, really
That
funny.
sounded so insincere.
Have you ever sent a picture of your vagina to anyone?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Ooh,
Have you gotten a lot
not
of dick
yet.
pics for real?
Yeah.
Like, are they texted you or is it now through Instagram?
No Instagram yet.
Do you ever forward them to dudes?
Or, maybe a couple
kidding.
of times.
Are these all like guys you've hooked up with, or just people like you meet, friends?
No. Like I
No
said.
to all of those?
No,
Oh.
I haven't hooked up with all of them, but
But
I
like
get some sometimes.
some
yeah.
from guys you've hooked up with.
Yeah, and
Some from
some-
guys who are trying to hook up,
Yeah, potentials.
and they're like, "What do you think?" of
How
this?"
does that work for them?
Yeah. What's the result? Are you like, "That's a nice dick pic you got"?
Oh, fun.
Really?
I don't know.
Have you ever responded super positively to the dick pic?
Yeah.
So
Like-
sometimes you'll just be like, "Beautiful dick!" 4 exclamation points.
This is awesome. Thank you.
Wait, what are great responses?
Yeah. What's
to
a,
dick
That's what I
pics?
want to know.
That's
What's
a really good. That's a really
Yeah.
good angle.
Yeah.
Like the idea is that the dick took a picture of himself, and the guy's sleeping.
a dick
Yeah,
selfie?
The dick just kind of hey, he's sound asleep. Like, what would you say to it when you got a dick pic? I don't know. I just found out you're not allowed to send dick pics to people. That's like highly offensive. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, at workplace.
Who have you?
Like dudes, I've sent dick pics to you.
Yeah, I saved them. But what do I have? I have a file of you just from Hawaii.
You know, it might be illegal to send a dick pic, but I bet it's not illegal to do that separate the shaft from the head thing because it's almost like
Yep.
2 different parts of a
Really
nuclear weapon.
Go back.
And together it's a nuclear weapon, but separate it's just for medical purposes.
Go back to how you've responded. How have you responded truthfully to dick pics? What does the text back say?
That's the really funny line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a good joke in that.
Yeah, like what?
Will you share?
Ooh, what is that? A Picasso?
I'll tell you what. Give up. Let's
Like a work of art.
How's
Yes.
this? Let's workshop
Nothing
this
on
joke in the internet. What's your phone number? And then we'll just have people send you dick pics.
Or I could show you my dick pic now and just
Right.
let the first words come out of your mouth.
I'll pull it up.
Why are you Google imaging giant dick right now?
Dick.
Here, she wrote her phone number down. 323-394-7.
Yo,
Oh my God! What are you doing? Don't do
What are you doing, man?
All right.
Piece of shit.
That sounded like
You
such
don't
a real
fucking cut
number.
that out of the show, I'll kill you.
I'm just going to show it to you real
I
quick.
have
so,
another
right?
number I can read out, actually.
There we go.
Oh.
It's a
I like you responding
that?
to
Like, yeah.
to other
Teddy bear
people's.
penis.
it's a puppy. Why do you think it's a penis?
Oh my God!
It's from here.
I wish I could show people that.
That's so
It's just a
ridiculous.
dog that looks like a penis.
Maybe compliment somebody's eyes on their dick pic. Things of that nature. I like that.
He looks sleepy.
Stephanie, I think we've broken the dick pic code. I think you have about 7 minutes of dick pic on your hands that you're gonna have to edit down now. So
Thank you.
323.
Maybe talk about it.
3799-557-8-9er 2-6-4-3-7.
Maybe talk about like there's like the just out of shower dick pic. There's like where you got the prune hand or something like that, or like if it's a little wet or a little
interesting.
sweaty, if it's the veins, if you're a vein girl, if you're not a vein girl, if
A vein
if you
girl.
got if you're a scale chick, a lot of people like the scales.
You're
I'm not a big
so
scale guy
vain.
myself.
right, where you mean to scale like they put it up next to things?
No. Scales like those little scales. If you look really close at a dick, it has like little scales on it.
All right.
What?
Who's next?
Yeah. Stephanie Barber. Great
Good
job,
job, Stephanie.
A. Barber
Good job, Steph.
at Hey Lady with 4 Y's. Is that right? Her Twitter handle is at Hey Lady with 4 Y's.
Where are
If
the
you wanna-
Y's? Hey or lady?
If you want to tweet her a dick pic, feel free, everybody. She's at Hey Lady with 4 Y's.
Hey, lady.
I almost want to ask why would you use that Twitter handle, but anyway, why am I making Y jokes? Ooh, do you see how weird I just made it right then? Did you guys feel that moment? If yes, respond with nothing. Put your hands together for Sayri. Wow, just one name. Sayri. Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up? You guys good? I just moved from New York to LA. Okay, and the first thing I found out when I came out here was that Snoop Dogg have a GPS system. Anybody know this? Snoop Dogg have a GPS system? First of all, when you turn it on, it comes on and goes, Snoop! I was like, okay, this is gonna be interesting, right? All right, so I type in Starbucks, enter, and I'm driving. It's like, stay straight, like a player do. Now make that right, nephew. Keep your pimp hand strong. I was like, keep my pimp. It's like what kind of high Tourette's mess this thing's been out, right? Like I look up, I get to my destination, I'm at a weed store. I was like, I didn't put weed in there, Snoop, And big shocker, it comes with a built-in police detector. Like I drove by the police station just to make it go off. Okay, I drove by the police station, it's like, sipping on gin and juice, hide your stash. It's like, is there cameras? All right, thanks, guys.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
57 seconds of
I was
Sayri.
like, not ready. I was like, oh, shoot.
Am I saying that right? Sayri?
It's Sarai.
Sarai.
Yes.
So he was not saying that right at all.
No, I'm used
Okay.
to it, though. Like,
You-
my go-to is like psoriasis.
And you go by the one name,
Yes.
like Madonna. Heck yeah.
Powerful.
Have you ever seen The Wiz?
Yeah.
You look like Michael Jackson as a scarecrow.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll take it.
I just saw that the other day. Eerily. Like, yes. You're beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Jackson was beautiful.
It's a huge compliment.
I wasn't saying anything bad.
I'll take it. He's like, Jesus.
I think you look lovely.
Yeah.
I think you look lovely too.
Here's what I was gonna say. He can't help himself. So the premise is like, how long have you been doing stand-up?
A few years.
Couple years?
A few years.
Was that?
Like
Three, okay. Like, it's a premise where, not necessarily Snoop Dogg, but it's like when you hear a character as GPS system, there's versions of, like, that exist. So I think if you like the bit a lot, the one thing you can do to make it stand out more would be, like, if you can do an awesome Snoop Dogg impression during it. So, like, that way it's like, if somebody goes like, oh, it's a Snoop Dogg as a GPS, the value in it is in that it's also you're doing an awesome impression of him. Like, that's what I would think would make that. If you do impressions, if you don't, then obviously,
it is one of those things that you don't realize. You get up in the bit and you start doing the bit, and you don't realize how much that little bit of a real impression sells it to the audience. But I'm wondering, but I just found out recently that you can actually change the accent on your GPS.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You can actually change it so it is a British guy, or a Spanish guy,
Yeah, you can.
or an Australian guy.
You can do that on your
So
iPhone
there's a whole field of that. Because I actually, when you said, I don't really. Does he really have a GPS?
Yeah, he do. It's called voice scan.
Really?
It's called what?
So he's really got one.
Yeah, it's a real thing. He has one called his voice skin.
Voice skin?
Skin.
Really? Does he really? He doesn't really say
He
like.
really says like stay straight. Like.
Okay, I didn't really think he did. Like when you were doing it, I thought you were just doing a premise that like.
Definitely.
I didn't know that he really fucking. So you need to really sell that, like.
And then lie about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Say that there's a hip hop GPS system.
And don't call it a GPS system, because when you say that, it sounds so weird. I got GPS in my car, and I buy voices for it, and because
Yeah, it's not really a system anymore.
Yeah, it's
And
just
sell how real it is. Like he said.
I didn't really know it was real, but once you said to me it was real, I actually kind of want to hear the bit again. Like, because when you started it, I was like, oh, he doesn't really have one of those. I was like, oh, this is just but like Tom said, tell some things that he really does say, then lie about it.
Yeah, then lie about it, and they'll start second guessing. Like if you go like, there's other hip hop artists or whatever rappers on it. You could be like
Mike Jones.
Right. It's like you put in the address and he goes, whoo, and you're like, oh shit, this thing doesn't work. He's like, whatever, or the LL Cool J.
But there is a lot of people that have these jokes. This isn't
Which
a new
is
joke.
why
I've heard this many times.
You
before.
expand is what I'm saying. Like you
Right.
expand
Yeah,
it and you
talk
make
about
it yours.
DMX. I couldn't even get there. I mean, I didn't know when to get what? Get where my dog's at.
Right.
I don't know. Nothing. It's a lot of white people in here. I wouldn't blame that joke on these people. They don't know hip hop like we do.
Patriot, Iron Josh. Sometimes I like to check in with you in the middle of things. What did you think of? Say it one more time for me. Sarai.
There's a button on the side of this Iron Josh. You should probably know your own.
Hello. Yeah. I didn't really hear much of the joke.
Good.
Perfect. Well, from what you did here, just chime in.
But I feel like I would want to build a GPS system on my own. I have an Iron Josh GPS system.
A lot of feedback over there, Iron Josh.
An Iron Josh GPS system would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, all right. So you're starting with the ego.
Yeah.
Hey, I like how you didn't bring in a song. It's actually a pretty good improvement this week.
I'll have one for next week.
Oh, fuck.
I would just I would just take, like, because it's a premise that everyone's saying we heard versions of it. To make it uniquely your own, you need to push it further. You know what I mean? Like expand and, like we said, sell that it's real, and then the stuff that you can make up about it. You could be like super creative of how you want to make this outrageous claim that the GPS says. I mean, that's one way to go about it,
I was like, you by the way, and I meant to say this to you first before I told you look like Michael Jackson, but you have great stage presence.
Oh, thank
You really do, and that's going to take you a long way. And then what you'll find is, as you do this longer, you'll get rid of premise-driven bits and start talking more about yourself, because someone like you will not need in the future to go to like those. So these are going to be stepping stones to get you more comfortable on stage. So just don't spend too much time on these type of jokes, because when you get into it, you will be talking exclusively about you, but that's fuck.
No,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah,
That's
Great
exactly
advice.
it.
That's great.
very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Sayri.
Nailed it.
Cyrus.
Yeah.
Sarai.
Sorry.
Son of a bitch. Sarai. Her handle is I am Sarai.
Oh yeah, and change your name would be a good one too.
Yeah.
To like Rachel.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I am Sarai is spelled Sayrie. See why I was saying Sayri?
S-A what?
That's a Sarai.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've
I
never
am
seen Sarai.
Sayrie.
Yeah.
Sarai.
You said yeah.
I don't know. This is, yeah.
Oh.
I've never seen a Sarai written down, I don't think.
Hey, Iron Chef, can I get another? Iron Josh, can I get another double kettle one on the rocks?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
we'll have another round too.
Yeah.
Iron Josh.
Tom will take one too.
All right.
I'll
All right,
tell you.
Tom will take
Yeah.
it.
2 double kettle ones on the rocks,
two.
and then for them.
Yeah.
Please, thank you. Who's
What do-
next,
what do you want?
Tony?
Yeah,
do you drink?
that's good. The kettle one.
Okay.
That's fine.
I just want to say again, I think the Iron Josh is such a huge improvement. I
It
mean,
really
he can
is.
get drinks.
I can't compare it to anything, but it's good.
He's
It's
mobile.
great.
I like it.
It's really good stuff.
It's true.
I'm a big fan of his work.
Yeah, it's great. Iron Chef's gonna go down in history, by the way. That's gonna be a soundbite forever. Put your hands together for Skylar, everybody.
Tyler Stone?
We went from Sire. What was it? Sarai. Skylar.
All right. So, I work in a strip club as a bouncer, and I have a couple of tips for fellas. If you're in the porn theater, don't strip fully nude. Seriously, it's offensive to me, the bouncer, and the homeless guy whacking off behind you. No, this is a true story. I go into the porn theater, and then I open the door. Guy jumps up, ah! And then I'm like, oh, dude, put on some clothes or something, man. And then he's like, I'm like, why did you strip nude? He's like, oh man, I'm high on Molly right now. I'm a little drunk. You know how it is. No, nigga, I do not know how it is. All right, thank you very much. I'm Skylar.
Have you ever seen Passenger 57 before? I just saw it the other day. You look like Wesley Snipes. I love him. He's my favorite actor.
I'm just kidding. You don't look like Wesley Snipes. You need to. How long have you been doing stand-up?
You're brand new, right?
About a year and a half, actually.
Jesus.
It's bold to tell stories. I applaud you for telling
Yeah.
stories. You need to overtell that story in details, in great detail, before you can figure out what all your jokes are. So you should tell that story for like, you told it for less than a minute now. You should tell it for like 7 minutes the next time you tell it. Like it should be your whole thing, and try to remember all the details of it, and try to like make jokes about every detail. Listen to it, and that's how you're going to be able to figure out what the funniest beats are. You're like underdoing it right now.
Oh, all right.
I mean, that's you know what I mean? Like you're like, I'm there, and the guy jumps up behind me. You scared the shit out of him. By the way.
You did scare the shit out of me.
You definitely had that going for you.
Yeah.
You were sort of like the horror comedian. in a
Right,
way.
or-
You really made us all jump for a sec.
You said like,
Made me jump that Bert jumped. It wasn't actually your thing.
me too.
but yeah.
Me too. I'm Bert, I was
Scared
like,
the shit
Jesus.
out of me.
But you said that like, then you were like, what the fuck, right, to the guy.
Yeah, I did say what the fuck to the guy.
Right. So, but what you want is essentially a joke there, because that's like a reaction, right? I mean, like people will say that, especially like newer into stand-up, will just be like, then I was like, what the fuck? And sometimes it gets laughs, but then you realize that like there's not an actual joke there, right?
Sometimes things that make sense to you when translated to an audience will confuse them. For instance, I got confused that you work at a strip club, but there was a theater there. Because every strip club I've been, I've never seen like a theater with like
Wait,
just a
say theater again.
I'm saying it the way he said it. I'm saying it the way he said it. By the way, I got lost on theater also. That's the way he said it. But so I didn't understand if it was a strip
don't
club.
Don't hate the hater. Hate the game.
Hate the theater.
The theater.
You also look like you own the fucking strip club, not bounce at it. By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do
I can't
look like
believe
you
you're
own
the
the strip
bouncer.
club.
Yeah.
This is my uniform. I'm actually
Really?
headed to work. Yeah.
What strip club? Deja Vu.
Deja vu. It's on the vest.
You
Holy
really
shit.
work at a strip club, motherfucker!
Wow.
I am not believing anyone up here, dude. I would just wear the fucking vest. The second you roll up in that vest, I go, "Oh, that guy we don't fuck with." But you also, you're coming off very friendly. Every time I've been at a strip club, the bouncers haven't been like the sweetest gentlemen.
But that's something to talk about. Like, that is a real thing to talk about. The fact that, like, you're putting your nice face on now and you're fucking...
Well,
Yeah.
You have to have a calm demeanor because most people are drunk and horny as fuck. So it's like, you just have to be.
Can I
it's
hear you get into
conflict
character?
resolution.
Can I hear you get into strip club character? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Bert's jerking off.
I'm jerking off. let's build it. Let's build it. I work at a because I like this angle. I work at a strip club. I know you don't see that part of me right now, but I can switch like that, and I like that. Sir, no hats in the strip club. Very kind. Sir, put the money on the table. You can't touch the girls.
All right, let's act like Tom is like Missy Corvette. Go.
What?
Like you're yelling, that you're jacking off on him. Let's see what he does, because you're jack off in his face, Bert, and now
Wait.
he'll get mad because you're jacking off on Missy Corvette.
You'd probably let that go, right? Wait, who's Missy Corvette?
No.
I'm so confused.
Tom is playing the role of a stripper.
Missy
Okay.
Corvette. Is this a real...
My point was, if you crescendo it, jokes work in 3, no hats, put the money on the thing, and then your punchline would be something ridiculous you would stop someone from doing.
Yeah.
That would be the joke. I'm not going to write your joke
That's
for you.
great. That's a great note. Do you understand it?
Yes.
That you would say like, sir, no hats. Sir, take your shoes off the table. Sir, stop masturbating in your own mouth, or whatever your joke is.
Yeah. So
Sure, if you're going to suck your own dick, you need to be laying on your back.
Yeah.
But I like, because you got to understand that when you show up as the friendly guy, I don't see the bouncer. So I don't need to see the bouncer. This isn't about you being a bouncer, but that one joke lays the foundation. By the way, I am not a fucking expert. I'm just giving you my opinion. That
Right.
one joke lays the foundation of,
You're credible.
I told you I could be a bouncer. Now let me tell you the crazy stories I witnessed. And that has me in a fucking heartbeat. I love to hear your perspective because I never talk to you guys. I literally, unless it's a bad situation, and then I'm like, fuck, I thought that was going to go differently.
Yeah.
She had Cholita tattooed on her stomach.
And your joke on that, when that 1, 2, 3 he's telling you, that third line, the big punchline, can be super outrageous. It could also be real if you really think about all the craziest shit you've ever witnessed
And
or
that's
said.
gonna be the good one.
And that's going to be the good one. And you should, like when we were talking earlier, you should try. That's an open place for you to try this line, that line, like all these things that you've witnessed and had to say to somebody that everyone would be like, who the fuck ever said that out loud? And you're like, I've said that shit out loud, like to people.
Yeah. And you
People
should
actually do
end
that.
your show by going, a lot of people think, hey, I'm a good-looking guy. I'm young. I'm smart. I'm attractive. Do I fuck the strippers? And then you should go, no, but I let them suck my dick, and then drop the mic and walk off.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I love it.
Suck my dick.
I've seen you a few times up here, Skylar, and I had no idea that you even worked as a bouncer at a strip club until this.
Yeah, you got to
set.
hook a brother up.
Definitely
you know
going
what I
to
mean?
Deja Vu tonight.
Hey, come on out, Red Man. Definitely. Come on
You
out.
got the dirty girls that you, or like a couple of them, like, yeah, I'll send Red Band to those girls, you know.
The ones that go,
somebody in your
poke it
head.
through.
I know a couple.
Oh, okay.
He works at Deja Vu. Everyone there is
Deja
like that.
Vu. Where's Deja
Which,
Vu?
yeah, I don't know which one.
I
It's
feel like I've been there.
It's on Hollywood and Vine, and we're open until 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Yeah,
it
no
alcohol?
booze.
No
So
booze.
alcohol
No alcohol.
Aw.
means
Fuck yeah.
full nude.
Yep, full nude.
There you go.
All right.
Wow.
Cool.
All right, come out to
Eat your edible.
Tittytopia.
There he goes. Skylar, everybody. He's
job,
on Twitter
Skylar.
at
Good job,
Skylar
Skylar.
Comedy.
Good job, Skylar.
Talking about his
Hey,
life.
bring up a white guy so we can tear him apart.
Hey, look who's here. The Iron Chef.
Iron
Oh,
Chef.
he can hold 3 drinks at once.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you
Oh
very
my
much, Iron
God.
Chef.
God, I don't think
It's
the Iron
amazing.
Patriot would have been able to do
Oh,
this.
mine's coming? Fuck yeah. All right, I see how it goes.
So
Yeah.
glad I got a car service to take me here.
Yeah.
Can we dial back the ethnicity shit? Let's do something.
All right.
Mexican.
A lot of white
black,
people
come
in
on,
the
man.
crowd.
Give us a white guy so we can be honest.
Oh, this guy's white. This is his return after a long hiatus. It's Jem, everybody.
Jem?
Jem. Another one
Oh, shit.
You know what that means, everybody.
Hold on.
What?
What's the matter? What's going on?
He's blacklisted. Wow.
What happened?
He was
That's how it works.
banned,
If you miss
then
your
he came
spot, if
back.
you're not in the room, then you have to take a break.
All right. That would have been a
Or else people would just sign up and then there'd
Good
be
set,
no
Jim.
repercussions
That was funny
whatsoever.
stuff.
All right.
All right.
Put your hands together for Emily McCarran.
Hi. So my mom is an androgynous hippie lesbian. And as a result, we had many battles over what I would wear. Because I was like, pearls and lace? And she was like, can I offer you a flannel? So when I was 6, I came up to her and I was like, I want to be a cheerleader for Halloween. And by her reaction, you would have thought I had said, I want to shoot you in the face. She was devastated. She thought about it for 2 days. And then she said, okay, you can be a cheerleader for peace. And she made me my little cheerleader costume, and it said peace on the front, and there's a peace sign on the back. And she gave me some green pom-poms, and she taught me this cheer that I did all night at everyone's door on Halloween. What do we want? Peace. When do we want it? Now. Stop the war in Iraq. Yay!
All right.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. Wow. Fuck yes. Thank you, Iron Josh.
You definitely bring energy and stage presence to the show.
I also really need to pee. I was standing, so I was going to the bathroom, but I didn't want to get blacklisted.
That's a good idea.
Right. Fuck yeah.
You know what? That's part of being a performer.
Exactly.
The show must go on. I've shit my pants on stage.
Oh yeah, I'm willing to pee right on the stage.
Cristela Alonso, do you know who that is? Cristela Alonso.
Yeah, definitely.
We were in Houston and in Dallas, and she went short, and I was in the middle of a shit, and I didn't get to wipe, and the whole show I had a fucking growler.
Wow.
And she was like, great set, and I was like, why'd you cut it short? I
Yeah.
fucking had shit in my pants all the time. So
No, I love
Cristela
I've been in that situation where I almost had that happen because
Yeah.
downstairs, there's a big restroom, but you can hear what's going on in the other room. And there's been a couple times where I've literally cut it close, just had to slice one off and do like a hard quadruple wipe and just jet out, and then you're out.
That's when you just keep the
Because
toilet
you
paper
hear
there.
somebody starting to say your name. You're like, your next
The
comedian,
worst.
really funny guy. You're going to love him. And you're just like, oh, shit. You have to get a bunch done right then.
I think having to pee is even worse almost.
It really is. But I've noticed that if I have to pee or poop or fart or puke,
I fart
all
a
of
lot
those
on
things
stage.
go. You fart
You
a lot
fart
on
on
stage?
stage?
I don't
You
do
fart on
anything.
stage? You
Once
fart
I'm
on
on stage,
stage?
it
I
all
like
goes
the
away.
stuff about your mom.
All
Hopefully
true.
she's listening to this.
All true. I peed on stage once, but it was only a little.
I'm telling you right now, if you had peed on stage in like a glass, fucking showstopper.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have any notes.
Nobody knew. Nobody knew.
Hopefully
It was during a
they
performance.
hopefully they saw it though through the mic stand that you left in front of you the whole time.
I realized that halfway through.
How long you been doing it?
Since August.
Okay.
Really, since I was 3, because
No,
everyone
no,
was
no,
really
no.
high
No,
in my
it's
living
not.
room.
No.
Don't ever tell anybody that.
Yeah.
Since August.
How often do you get on stage? You go to like open mics and stuff?
I try to do a couple times a week, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way because I'm also an actress.
So you try to do it a couple times a week, but
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
So, can I give you some constructive advice?
Yes, please.
Take the opposite angle than your natural instinct. Your natural instinct is high energy, giddy, and fun. Let that be your strength as opposed to your lean-to. So try to start off slow and then go to that for the big one. Like don't you started at a 10 and there was nowhere to really follow you. And I only say that because when I was younger, I would do that for 7 minutes, and then when you start headlining and doing an hour, you realize, oh shit, you need to have some ebb and flow. So try to use that as your knockout punch and not throw haymakers the whole show. So, talk about your mom in a sincere, honest way, and then pop it up. I mean, I think that may help.
This is coming from
Right.
somebody who is disgusting amounts of energy. So I would trust
Yeah.
what he's saying.
Yeah.
Someone who laughs at his own jokes.
He's absolute mess. But the thing is, he's giving you good advice.
Oh,
You
no,
should-
I like that.
Yeah, and you should, need to do it a lot more. If you're saying you're doing it since August and maybe once or twice a week. So it's his idea. Even if you only are able to incorporate a percentage of what he's saying, I think it's good advice.
Practice what you're not good at, and that would be, I would imagine, deadpan for you, like a very low energy. So practice some low energy jokes, like write some lower energy jokes about your mom that are word heavy, and then you'll find that it's like when you see Chris Rock practice. This sounds weird, but Chris Rock can very easily get everyone to laugh. He goes, meh, like if he does the Chris Rock thing. But when you see him on stage, he is like Woody Allen, like very dry, because he wants to make sure the words work. So when you get on stage next time, try working just very low energy with the words, and then you'll find that when you bring your energy in, it'll fucking murder.
Well, my mom actually writes me jokes about her horrible parenting.
All right,
and
stop
they're-
that right now. If your mom was going to be a comic, she would have done it already. You're going to be a comic. You write your own jokes. Do not let other people write your material.
They're
you
really
write
funny.
your shit. They're not. Do not
Well-
trust your parents.
Did you really say that your mom you like your mom's jokes?
Yeah, my mom started writing
Did she
me
write
jokes.
one that we heard?
Oh my god.
No.
Hey,
Tell-
does your guys' mom give you jokes once? Like my mom gives me a joke every 6 months, and it's just the worst. I wish I had them. I should do a whole 15 minutes on mom jokes.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't. My dad has tried to sell me quite a few. Yeah.
My mom does your mama jokes, which are uncomfortable.
Wow.
I'm such a whore.
Actually, one of my mom's jokes is about that I exist because she's a slut.
The way that you laughed at that was very scary.
Yeah.
Almost like you hadn't heard
It's
it
like
before,
you're
but
her
you
biggest
said it.
fan.
The apple doesn't.
I feel like we're talking about your mother who did 65 Tonight shows or something.
The apple doesn't fall out of the tree very far.
Is your mom Carol Burnett? Is that what we're talking about right now? All right.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Santa Cruz.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a beautiful area.
And you can walk around naked there.
I don't think you can.
No, you can. You can. You can. I was a
I
part.
was just there.
No, legally, you can walk around naked there.
I mean, yes,
Legally.
it's-
Legally, you can walk around naked there. I was part of the protesting that made it legal.
How do I not get
How
that in the
did
production
you-
How did you not know that?
I always feel like I went surfing there, and I did not get naked once.
You surf now?
I surf whatevs.
Oh, that's totes.
Me and Jason Ratboy Collins, son. Whatever.
No, nobody knows who that is. Nobody
Yeah,
knows.
but
I know who that is.
you do?
I'm from
Oh
Santa
yeah,
Cruz.
yeah, of course.
I
He's
don't
like-
surf though.
All right, you
Okay.
two. Fucking great.
yeah.
How
You guys have a
how
real connection.
how much were you just exhausting yourself before you figured out what you were saying about energy? When you did, like, when you were doing 10 minutes, were you like, and then fucking just get off stage?
Dude, I remember the first time I headlined in Houston at the Laugh Stop, and I did a powerful 20 minutes. And I looked at my watch, and it was like 15 I'd only done, and I was like, I still have to do 45 fucking minutes? And I was like, all right, who wants to do shots?
And you just brought people up
And
to the shots?
I brought this dude with white hair and white eyebrows up, and I just talked about him looking like Hitler's wet dream the whole time. I was exhausting. Maintaining your, I wish you could get to see him, but watching Dane Cook work for me was a real lesson in how to maintain energy and use it on your behalf. And a lot of people have mixed things to say about Dane, but he was a high energy fucking dude who knew how to pull it in and reel it back and use the words and then accentuate the words with energy. So, I mean, so find high energy acts and take a look at what they're doing and figure out, like, and don't steal from them, but take a look at their
Tempo,
their aura. What was it?
Essence.
Their essence.
Yeah.
Take their essence from them.
Take their
Well,
essence.
if they remember, I was actually slower than I was last time.
Yeah, last time that was my
Right,
go-to,
you're getting less
but-
and less crazy
Yeah.
every time we see you.
Yeah.
Oh
And,
no, more and more crazy.
there you go,
All right.
everybody. Emily McCarran,
Thank you.
everyone.
Good job, Emily.
Good job, Emily.
There she goes. Fuck yeah. It's all happening. She's at Cartwheel Joy.
It would have been so much funnier if she was like,
On
I had
Twitter.
to take the biggest shit before I got up here. But she had
Chance
to
together
pee.
for your next comedian, Missy Martinez, everybody. Fucking
stand now. All right, so being naked for a living, I have to watch what I eat and stuff, so I don't need any carbs. And the bad side effect of that is I have sex dreams about fucking myself with breadsticks. So I can't go to Olive Garden. I can't go to Macaroni Grill. And it kind of explains all the yeast infections. All right, on a side note, though, I am brewing my own beer. Totally unrelated, though. Totally unrelated. So if any of you are interested, meet me in the parking lot. But I have to take good care of my body, and I found this amazing weight loss place. It's called what is it? Planned Parenthood. Yeah. One afternoon, I lost 8 pounds 2 ounces. Yeah. And my stamp card's almost full, so my 10th one is free, and I get my picture on the fucking wall.
Great.
Is that almost a minute?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay.
Wow.
Tom, I think you want to start this one.
Wasn't it just your first time doing stand-up less than a month ago on this show?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is only my second time.
That's your second time doing stand-up?
Stand-up ever.
Why do you get naked?
I'm a porn star.
Oh, fuck. I know what I'm Googling tonight. Breadsticks and Missy Martinez.
Yeah.
Your last name?
It's the same thing.
Martinez?
Yeah. Martinez.
Okay, yeah.
Is that your real last name?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm
It's your
famous.
second time doing stand-up?
Second time ever on stage.
Yeah.
All right.
I got excited when I saw your name get pulled out. You haven't been going anywhere else to do practice? Because you were a lot more comfortable this time around.
Yeah, and I remember
great.
you told me I rewatched the Kill Tony 32. I rewatched it and I took your guys' notes where you said slow down, don't laugh or giggle in between, pace yourself, just like I'm kind of talking.
Right.
And I tried to project.
Yeah, you need to project definitely higher. That was the one thing. I had you on full blast, and I was still very...
Okay, I was holding it too far away instead
Yeah,
of...
you should almost just milk it so it's almost touching your lip like a...
I'm not getting paid for that. I'm off duty today.
Milk it?
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
You should almost
just
milk it?
Close.
Do I have to
Just
do
grab
the
it
balls?
and close.
Do the balls?
Real
while
close.
Okay.
I've been waiting. I've been waiting my whole adult career for a porn star who can do stand-up.
Mm-hmm. Are you still waiting?
I'm being dead. No. You're for your second time on
really funny.
stage. I'm really impressed. Really impressed.
Thank you.
Because I did not. You don't. This is gonna sound like an insult, but it's meant as a compliment. If you don't carry yourself like a porn star, you're obviously hot, but you're not like you're not doing what porn stars do when they speak to people, which is disconnecting. It's like when they fuck. They're just like, and they're not there. You were there.
Yeah.
You were talking to us like you were a comic, and there's so much about sex that that guys like us talk about. I want to hear it from the other side.
Oh, you don't want to hear it.
I want to fucking hear it. I have a joke about squirting right now that makes people uncomfortable as fuck. But I bet you could get away with it and it not fucking bother a soul.
I'm totally gonna Carlos Mencia your squirting joke.
No, don't do that.
It's
No,
impossible.
no. Oh, okay. I have to
You
wait.
need-
I have to wait longer.
Yeah, all the stuff that you think is like, I think there's a gold mine in whatever you think is boring and redundant, and people will assume always that if they find out you're a porn star, they're gonna be like, she's a oversteps, nymphomaniac, she just loves dicks all fucking day long. And you bringing to the table that it's routine and like is casual is what is the opposite of everyone's basically experience. So that's what's so funny is going to be your take on boring, mundane, selling sex to people. That's one angle. Like the fact that you're like, a fucking another anal gangbang. Whatever your take on that is, like people are like, what? Like that's not crazy to you? And you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Almost any take on any aspect of porn, I think, is what you're saying is better than anybody else's because you
For
have
sure.
true perspective. I mean, you are.
Perspective, what it's all about.
If you're in the game, then you can cross those two huge things.
Another thing you have to think about, and this is only your second time,
Yes.
and you're used to in your career presenting the sexiest version of yourself.
This is a
If
great
you
note.
know that what you look like, it's always going to be a distraction. Women are always a distraction to the men in the audience. And if you were not attractive, guys still look at you like, I wonder if I could fuck this. I'd like to fuck this girl. So when you have those fucking hangers out, they are going to be super distracted by them. So no. No.
We enjoyed it.
We like them.
This is my church outfit.
Exactly. And you need this for right now. It's good for right
Okay.
now. But for tomorrow, when we're not here. You need to
be a little more
well,
conservative. Shall we say?
just always be aware. You should choose however you want to present
Last resort.
I think that rule voids on her because I just like looking at her.
Hold on.
boobs.
It's not.
Oh my God.
It is a very valid point
Jesus.
because the second the second by the way, you also have a very pretty face.
Right.
So you don't like
Right.
that. Like, but I didn't notice
Thanks,
that until you
Mom.
sat down. Like, guys disconnect. I remember looking at Judy Gold one time, being like, "God, I'd fuck her." Like, but that's what guys do, and so you got to be aware of that. That's the way guys are going to perceive you. And if you're going to talk about sucking dick, I mean, you're going to fucking lose us. There'll be a line in the bathroom like, "Come on, I want to see her closer."
Yeah. The thing you have to remember is that the more you're visually sexually appealing, the less they're actually listening to what you're saying.
Right.
Like, they're literally, you could finish a good joke, and people are going to be like, whatever. I want to jizz all over her fucking tits and
That
face.
is how I got my college degree.
That's how you got your college degree?
Yes.
Wait, explain that. Tell me that story.
Well, no, I'm pretty. Nobody cares what I have to say. So.
And you got, are you serious? And like professors are like, whatever.
Yeah,
fucking-
that's happens
I'm
to
book
us.
learned. I'm book learned. Yeah.
I had the same thing.
Me and Bert, same thing.
But I'm being serious when I say I worked with Savannah Sampson, and she was on stage trying to get into stand up, and she just kept going, "You want to see my pussy?" And I was like, well, yeah, but I want to hear you. I would love to hear about that time that you got choked out by fucking Rocco Siffredi's. I would love to hear that story. That would you'd have me on the edge of my seat. There's so much shit that is every day to you that is fantasy to the majority of people in this room,
which will be hilarious.
You have a place to speak from that not a lot of people can do what you're doing. There are not a lot of women in your profession that I thought you were like when you were like I get naked. She was down to be a stripper. It can't be a porn star. Porn stars can't talk. Like no, but it's
Right.
It's the truth. I mean,
Right.
we live in LA, and so but. Do what you're doing. Get there. It's your second time.
Here's
on
another
stage.
thing. This is like a minor note, but like the whole way you do I went on the weight loss place. If you sell your confusion more, that joke. Like in other words, I knew a joke was coming. You go, oh, what's the name? Like it sounds like a joke confusion. If you were to really sell that you can't remember, the joke will get a much bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a little bit more of
Stay away from the
in your
face.
own
Yeah,
way.
like if you were really trying to remember somebody's name, like fuck, what is the name? Yeah, exactly. And then you were like, then the joke will get it. Yeah.
You know what? By the way, last thing. I don't want to make it sound like we're paying extra attention to you because you're not, because you're, but hey, you know what? A lot of guys like, oh fuck, why am I saying this? Do you know what could be an interesting angle? Is a little bit of
armpits
education towards like never mind, this is a bad angle.
No, you gotta commit
Would you like
now.
some after school
it's
tutoring?
like listen, like I used to do joke bits about when I'd see an older couple, I'd say, and this, by the way, I'm not expecting this to get a laugh, but I'd say to the woman, you want to really treat him right? I'll show you my move. It's called the sandbagger. Get on top of him, tell him you want to watch him come, and right as he climaxes, fake throw a punch at him, and he'll go, yeah! Like, that was, so like, but those, I had 100 of those. I still do a ton of them. Like, when I go down on a girl, sometimes I put my lips around her entirely and go, oh! Like, but that is a go-to thing, is sex moves that you have done. Ladies, you want to really know how to make your man like the thing I'm doing about squirting now is that because Brian fucking told me he could get Leanne to squirt, and I was like, bullshit, I can get her to squirt. So I
told your wife
Brian do it?
No, I'm not gonna let Brian bring her over to fucking let Leanne squirt. Oh, you did it, Brian, way to go. No. But
Brian's like this, Bert.
The whole bit's about not having proof that a woman has an orgasm. It's like Kaiser Soze, just like I want to see evidence. When I come, it's like it happened, and so I want to make her squirt.
Is that what you say when you come?
It happened. That happened. That was real. Charge that to the game. So the whole joke is and I'm not telling you how a great way to get away with it is I read a thing and the whole thing's about the G spot, and what you got to do is, and I go, I'm not going to be vivid, but you got to go into the garage, up where you keep the bikes, and then you got to try to knock the bikes off the hook. The problem was I was in the attic just ripping out insulation. So analogies in your profession will go a very long. You don't need to say, I put my tongue in the head of his dick. Like, you can be like, if you analogize it, it's a great way to talk about what you're doing. Patrice O'Neill was the king of analogies.
And your lingo. You guys have your own like lexicon.
Yes,
you
we
should
do.
use those all the time.
But you don't just say, whoa, we're going to butt fuck now?
Oh no, there's that DVDA, BGG, BG.
Do you know how quick I get into an anal situation on accident? I'll do a DVDA. oh, that's what that is?
Double.
Yeah, double vag, double anal.
Double vag?
That's DVD, yeah.
Yeah, DVDA.
I'd do that with you, Tom.
I don't have that gift.
Yeah, it's also a podcast
It is,
with,
but
I was
also
just
a
looking at
DVDA.
That's what that stands for?
DVD.
I thought it was their initials.
Wait, that's
double vaginal, double anal
You've done that?
sensitive artist.
Oh God, no.
Okay, that's crazy.
I'm human.
What percentage of people are doing that?
Less than 1%.
Really?
Well,
And how do they talk people into doing that?
Yeah,
That's survive it?
That's survive it. Yeah.
That's what?
Yeah, you get a matching like members only jacket if you survive it.
Is that true? Like the green jacket, if you win the Masters, you get like the fucking the pink sock.
Self-deprecation, good too. I heard the joke when he said, "I've been waiting for a porn star here," and you go, "You're still waiting?" That's fucking funny.
Missy, both times you've been on, you killed. Great job.
Thank
It's
you.
unbelievable.
Yep. Missy X Martinez on Twitter.
Very funny. Awesome. This is the part of the show where our only two regulars, do a brand new minute every week. They're both lovely young ladies and
I
very.
know. I think I followed them on Twitter today.
Yeah, they're very hilarious, super cool, always different and fun. This week's no different. This next young lady, you're going to recognize her from such things as Kill Tony, and she recently just did a dysentery.
Yeah, check her out. That's funny.
She's very, very funny. Put your hands together for Sarah Weinshank.
I don't know how this got started.
Got a friend that's a foodie, always trying to talk to me about subtleties in food, trying to talk to me about her artisan rolls, trying to pair food together, trying to taste the subtleties and shit. She gave me a scone the other day. You ever have a scone? First thing I said was, "What's wrong with this muffin?" The fuck is a scone? It's like a 5-day-old muffin. This muffin was... This muffin... Back to scones, guys. Here we go. Getting back. Forget the butter in this muffin? Forget the sugar in this muffin? You never see poor people eating scones. Only a rich person treat. Poor people eat muffins, guys. All right.
Wow. Nailing it on the minute.
I remember the first time I'm Irish, and I remember the first time my mom made scones.
Yes.
And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And she was like, "It's a scone."
Yeah, that's.
That was really great.
If you do it near your raisin bit, you could say, "What is this? The raisin of muffin?" or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking of that on the way. I'm like, a raisin scone, what a nightmare.
Oh, you could, you could do by the way, because I hang out with foodies all the fucking time. Is what's that? When you were going through the list of things like that foodies say, the one thing they say constantly is farm to farm.
Oh, table. Yeah, fresh to farm.
Fresh to
Something
farm
like
to table.
that.
Like it's that fucking Brooklyn hipster shit where they're
Yeah.
like, we grew these
Williamsburg.
in Brooklyn, and you're like, oh my god, grow them in a fucking farm. Where was this grown? In the place that 10 years ago dudes were sucking dick for heroin? Oh, that's a really, I really enjoyed that.
Fuck yeah. Sarah, you have this crazy style. I find myself saying it almost every week, but by second 20, you have like this thing where you end up like getting to a point about something I'm always just like, where's it coming with? I'm like, where's it coming with a scone? And then boom.
Boom, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I wanted to just go out with the scone, but I'm like, I don't think scone's a full minute. So
No, you did it.
You know what you do really well that like I love seeing in comics. It's one of the things I always like. I realize I'm drawn to is when the point you're making at the beginning, you set it up specifically. A lot of comics don't do that, especially like newer comics. Like you said specifically, and you hit it a few times, foodies that like you to notice subtlety, right? That's you say, and you make the point. So we're now in completely on what you're going to joke about. Like a lot of times people will say like, I have friends with foodie, and then they bring me the scone. Like, what the fuck's a scone? And you're like, well, you set up the specifics of it really well, and that's why the jokes work well. Is because you're specific about what it's about.
Yeah, and God, you have a fucking voice. Like that was really fun to because if you I could theoretically do a joke about scones, but I do it like Tom said. I'd be like, "What's up with scones?"
Yeah, exactly. But that's something you already do. You might not even know that you do it, but it's really something that because you already naturally do it. Now you can be aware of the fact that like jokes work better always when like Chris Rock is a great example of a guy who always sets you up very clearly and specifically. Right? He makes the premise super clear. Then the people are roped in, and then he hits the jokes. You know, and you're doing that.
How old are you? Oh, don't answer that. I'm sorry.
You
How long have you
killed.
been doing stand-up?
Sarah, you killed. You did it again. Unbelievable.
3 years.
Really? You've been doing it 3 years? Shut
She's
the fuck up.
She's awesome.
At Princess Shank on Twitter, everybody. That's with 3 S's ending in SHENK.
Is your mom black?
No, she's Puerto Rican.
Okay. Yeah.
Puerto Rican.
I followed you on
Wait,
Twitter today, I think.
Both of our girls are Puerto Rican?
Oh, I followed you on. Your mom's black, right?
You're Puerto Rican too?
You're both Puerto Rican. Are you
Holy
guys sisters?
shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your final regular and your final comedian of the show. Also a Puerto Rican, a college dropout out of the Florida Gators to stay on the staff and crew of Kill Tony. Here she is. It's Kimberly Congdon, everybody.
So I got my heart broken in college. You guys know what that's like, right? Your first heartbreak. I spent like weeks wondering, was it me? What did I do? Was it because I didn't want any kids? Because I told him in the beginning that if I wanted to raise something that pissed himself and walked weird, I'd just go to a college bar after hours, you know? Was it because I was jealous? Because he came home one night and he was like, babe, I got so wasted I blew chunks. And I was like, who the fuck is Chunks? Cut to 2 weeks later and he's blowing some fat dude named Chunks. We're broken up. I'm really sad about it. I mean, I should have known when he started wearing my t-shirts to bed. That was off. I learned a lesson from it, though. Like, now I know what I want in a guy. I want someone loyal, respectful, someone I can really bond with. And I know what I don't want in a guy, which is another guy. That's it.
Good. That's good.
Nailed it.
Hilarious.
I missed the t-shirts thing. It's bothering me that I missed it, that I didn't get it. I
You
heard
know how
other
girls
people.
wear their boyfriend's t-shirts to bed? I said I should have known something when he was wearing my t-shirts to
That
bed.
made me laugh
That's
so hard.
hilarious.
That is very funny.
I'm picturing a guy like so much bigger than you wearing your shirt and like I love your shirt.
Yeah, that's
I love the way you smell.
I would have tagged it. I would have tagged it.
And that's it. That's what that says. Is that's definitely an area that's worth tagging and
I would,
getting into.
he wore my t-shirts and panties and leg warmers.
Right.
Because now I have
Right.
a beautiful visual of a dude in leg warmers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
tight
really funny
squeeze. Now
visual.
they don't fit me anymore, so he basically and
Yeah.
took them from me. He clothes raped you or whatever, you know what I mean? Like whatever way you're gonna take it,
Yeah.
because I know that has to physically stretch something out.
Are you from Florida?
I am.
Where?
I grew up in Melbourne, Cocoa Beach area, but I
Really?
went to school in Gainesville.
Vero Beach.
Boom.
In the
Oh, cool. I
You're from
was
there?
raised
Get
in
the fuck outta
Sebastian
here.
originally.
do you-
So.
Monster Hole, son.
Yeah,
Do you know
Monster
the
Hole.
legend of Bert Kreischer then, coming from Florida?
No, I don't.
Well, maybe you should Google that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to
will.
Florida State.
I also, I didn't start anything in comedy. Didn't
Yeah.
start watching comedy
Yeah.
until I moved here too.
No.
You went to Florida State?
Yeah, did you ever do stand-up in Florida?
No.
I
Yeah.
started when I moved here.
And you dropped out of Florida for real?
Yeah, I dropped out of school
Beyond
my last
this?
year.
During your senior year?
Yeah.
Wow.
To do stand up?
Yeah.
She started
Wow,
here.
Good for you.
Yeah, on Kiltony.
Fuck.
Boom.
Yes.
You started here.
Yeah, in June.
It's fucking murder.
She's written
What?
a brand new minute every single week since.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Boom.
That's
That's
great.
right. And we're
Thanks.
running out of time. That's
Okay.
Kimberly Congdon.
Yeah.
Follow her on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon. Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer. We did it. You got through Kill
it over?
Tony. Yeah, that's it.
It's over?
Thank you guys
We
so
don't get
much.
to do a minute? Just kidding.
Thank you guys so much. That was so much
That was
fun.
a lot of fun. I actually had a blast doing that. Hey, thank you to all the comedians that came up.
Yeah.
And I apologize. I do not know everything about comedy, nor does Tom, nor does Tony, nor Ray.
Yeah, don't listen to what I
Definitely
said.
Yeah. If you don't like what we said, we don't know what we're talking
Exactly.
about.
Hey guys,
Always.
both of these guys have awesome podcasts.
shit,
Yeah.
hold on.
And one of the
I have a book coming out. Pre-order it at bertbertbert.com. It's called Life of the Party. It is, pre-orders are so important. Please, if you love me, pre-order this book. Life of the Party at bertbertbert.com.
Yeah.
and one of the best podcasts ever is The Mom's House. It started at Death Squad. It's
Yes,
now
yeah.
become
Mom's House.
one of the best podcasts in the world.
Yeah.
And-
I have a special that premieres March 15th on Netflix.
And if you've never heard Your Mom's House, there was an episode that happened recently. You have to check out. It's number 188. 88.
Yes.
Just listen to that episode. You'll be a fan ever since. And Bert has a great podcast named Bert Cast.
Tony, I got to
which-
get you on my podcast.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm here in town this week. Let's do it this week.
Absolutely.
But I'm
Birdcast.
still your go-to.
Birdcast.
I'm the
Yes,
guy
well,
you sell your scoops
just
to.
know exactly that if you're listening to this, you're probably somewhat of a fan of me in some way. So if you've ever wanted to know more about my
Or
crazy
wondering who the
life,
fuck Tony is.
right? So, but if there's by some crazy chance you haven't heard me on the Your Mom's House podcast,
It's-
2-part spectacular. I mean,
And your
we've had
mother,
my mom call in.
Your mother joins in. It's amazing.
Yeah, I come from Mafia blood. It's definitely worth knowing.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Death Squad
Iron
for life.
Josh.
Give it up for our Josh.
The, the Ding Dong Show is next with Don Barris, the longest running show in Comedy Store history. Audience, thank you so much. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for coming out.